You think men have been running the show since the end of the war? Think again. In the post-war period, the appearance of second-wave feminism promised a brand new world, one where women would break free from their restrictive roles. But what really unfolded was a masterful sleight of hand. Under the banner of freedom and equality, women convinced men to not only cheer for their so-called liberation but also to unknowingly sign up for their own lifelong shackles. It's as if they persuaded someone to dig their own grave and then convinced them to thank them for the shovel. Let's delve into the economics of this dynamic, a facet often overlooked. Men are not just emotionally or socially subjugated. They're the mules that fuel the economy upon which women comfortably sit. From child support and alimony to even the imbalance in everyday spending, the economic trap is as palpable as the emotional one. Men are conditioned to be the breadwinners, to aspire to become worthy husbands who can win the favor of a woman. This labor-intensive conditioning starts young and pervades educational systems, setting the stage for a lifetime of service under the guise of provision. Now, moving back to the sexual identities that emerged in the spotlight after World War II. While women promoted sisterhood and unity, just as men had cohesively promoted masculinity in the past, men became fragmented by emerging sexual identities. This fragmentation turned them into lone wolves, or rather, sitting ducks for manipulation. And manipulate they did. As men started revealing their complex sexual desires, activities, doubts, and vulnerabilities, women had a eureka moment. It was like discovering a treasure trove of levers and buttons they could push and pull to manipulate men to their whims. Shaming tactics? Check. Cancel culture? Double check. With the rise of new social etiquettes, women found ample material to ostracize men through guilt by association, capitalizing on the fears and biases ingrained in American society. But let's not overlook the Church's role in this puppetry. In all its divine grandeur, the Church has been more like a co-conspirator than a sanctuary. It's turned the institution of marriage into a set of divine vows that ultimately force men into a lifetime of being breadwinners and emotional rocks for their families. Hidden under beautiful terms like head of the household, men are essentially agreeing to lifelong servitude, moralized and sanctified by religious doctrines. Marriage, then, is not just a contract. It's a lifetime service agreement underwritten by the Almighty. Not to be left behind, the state also lends its machinery to this elaborate scheme. Courts and laws, originally designed to protect the rights of every individual, have been exploited to dismantle spaces where men could be, well, men. Be it social clubs, support organizations, or even male-centric environments in workplaces, women have used the legal system to infiltrate these realms, all in the name of equality. It's as though they invite themselves into someone else's sanctuary and then claim it as their own. So, what's the 21st century scene? More of the same but with evolved tactics. Men today must traverse a labyrinth of contradictions and double standards. They are asked to be assertive, but not overly so, sensitive, but not excessively. The tightrope has not just become thinner, it's also electrified. And who's holding the safety net below? Certainly not men. So there you have it. Despite the common narrative that paints men as the puppeteers, they've been the marionettes all along, manipulated through a complex network of emotional, social, and yes, economic strings. Women have not only been the conductors but also the composers of this intricate symphony where they've always been several moves ahead. But they won't disclose this, because, well, why would they? The con game is far too valuable to be exposed. It's high time we saw it for what it really is.
I've got no strings, so I have fun. I'm not tied up to anyone. How I love my liberty. There are no strings on me. dicky bird sing? What put the zing in a butterfly's wing? What's the reason for the smile of a troubadour? Why does a breeze have a barrel of fun? Even the bee who's the son of a gun, it's all because they're free and stringless the same as me. I've got no strings to hold me down, make me fret, make me frown. I had strings, but now I'm free. There are no strings on me. Hi-oh, the merry-oh, I'm as happy as can be. I want the world to know nothing ever worries me. I've got no strings, so I have fun. I'm not tied up to anyone. How I love my liberty. There are no strings on me.
Strings.
Why does the gay little dicky bird sing? What put the zing in a butterfly's wing? What's the reason for the smile of a troubadour? Why does a breeze have a barrel of fun? Even the bee who's the son of a gun, it's all because they're free and stringless the same as me. I've got no strings to hold me down, make me fret, make me frown. I had strings, but now I'm free. There are no strings on me. Hi-oh, the merry-oh, I'm as happy as can be. I want the world to know nothing ever worries me. I've got no strings, so I have fun. I'm not tied up to anyone. How I love my liberty. There are no strings on me.
Much obliged you hopped on board for this snazzy trip through American life in the 1940s and 1950s, all captured through nifty vintage photographs. If this flick's got your motor running, don't be a square. Click on that jolly bucket of bolts to subscribe to the channel for more top drawer content just like this. Thank you.